In today's video, we are going to talk about the 3 stages of animation, so stay tuned. Hey guys, my name is Ion and welcome to my Start Animating YouTube channel, the channel that is specifically aimed at everyone that is new to animation. And if that is you, welcome, you are at the right place. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and also click on that little notification bell so that you can get notified every week when I upload a brand new video. And if you are new to animation or you want to start out animation and you have no idea where to begin, and it's maybe a little bit daunting, you don't know what software you're going to need, or maybe you think all the software is going to cost you a fortune, well, I've got some great news for you. I compiled a list of free software. These aren't pirated copies. These are actually freeware, so it's available to the public for free. So I compiled a list of all these softwares, from storyboarding, script writing, video editing, audio recording and mixing, 2D and 3D animation software. So if you want that list, in the description box below there's a link. Just click on it and I will send that list to you, and then you can actually start animating. You will have all the software you need and it didn't cost you anything. So make sure you click on that link in the description box below. Now today we're going to look at the 3 stages of your animation process. Now just that list that I've just mentioned of the free software, that list will really help you in this 3 stages, because that is what you're going to need. So let's look at the 3 stages. The 3 stages is actually so obvious. It is pre-production, it is production, and then it is post-production. Now the best way to describe or summarize these 3 stages: pre-production is everything before production. So this is your development. So where you develop your story, your planning, for instance, your storyboarding, you need to do your storyboarding. It's also the area where you get everything ready for production. So in other words, you do your voiceover recordings, because you need your voiceover recordings to animate over. You also create your animatic. So everything that is development, and also to get everything ready for production. So this is story development, this is script writing, this is character development, this is character design, this is prop design. If you do 2D animation, it is then also for your backdrop, where you draw your backdrops. If you do 3D animation, it is your character modeling. You also do your storyboarding, like I've mentioned, and also your animatic. You also do your voiceover recordings. This is also where you do your auditions for voiceover. So everything that is the development, planning, and getting ready for production. So all of that from your animation pipeline will fall into pre-production. Now if you want to know more about your animation pipeline, I did create a video on it a while back, so I'll put it right here so you can go have a look. So basically your animation pipeline, you divide it into these 3 stages, and so we've just covered the first stage, pre-production. Then we go over to production. Now this is basically so simple. This is your animation part. This is where you animate everything. So if I can use an example, in filming they also work with pre-production, production, and post-production. Pre-production is also story development, auditions for actors, all of that. And then with production is when they go out to the field with a cameraman, with the actors, with a crew, with the director, and they go and shoot the film. So that is your production. So there's nothing really much I can say there, rather than it is just your animation. This is where you animate. And then finally you get to post-production. Now post-production is everything after production. So basically the purpose of post-production is when you take your animation and you compile the final product. So this is where you polish everything. You do some color grading. You can add visual effects if you need to. You create your sound design and you do your audio mixing. You can add your credits at the end of your animation. or your short film. So all of that. So basically you are compiling your final product and you are polishing it to make it look and sound awesome. So that is basically your your post-production. So it is your pre-production, so it's your development, your planning and getting everything for production. Second stage is production, and then final stage is where you get everything nicely done and polished, and you work or compile your final product. That is post-production. Now, why do I make this video? Why is this so important? Because you have to do this in this order: pre-production, production, post-production. You can't switch it around. You have to do it. You can't animate if you don't have a script. So this stage is very important in filmmaking. All of the filmmakers and animators and animation studios follow these 3 stages. And the reason for that is it just adds fluidity to your animation pipeline and the process. You get everything ready before you can animate. So you can't go to the production stage if everything in your pre-production isn't done, finalized, approved, and you're happy with it. You don't want to skip around. You're going to waste so much time. So spend time on the different stages. Spend time on your story development. Once you're happy with that, then you do your script writing. Spend time with script writing. Make sure you are happy with it. Do rewriting. Send it to other people to read. Get feedback on the story. Make changes. So it is very important to work through these stages and finish everything and make sure everything is 100% right before you move over to the next stage. You can't do color grading if your animation isn't done. You can't do audio mixing if your voiceovers aren't recorded. So you can understand the process, why these 3 stages are there, and why everything happens in certain stages, and why it's important for you as an animator to follow these stages and do it in the right order. It will save you a lot of time. It will also make sure that your animation, the final product, looks and sound so much better, and it's a unit. Everything just works together because you spend time on each and every stage. So guys, that is basically your 3 stages when it comes to animation. Remember, pre-production, production, and post-production. So from me, Ian, I will see you guys next week with another video. So happy animating and God bless.